Hey boys and girls, this is Miss Chesney, and I'm here today to talk with you a little bit about something that we all face, something that we all have, and that is problems. Adults have problems, kids have problems or situations, and that is completely normal. And so I have with me today two items to help you think about ways to think about these problems. And so the first item I have is something I know a lot of y'all are familiar with. So this is some Play-Doh. And I know a lot of y'all enjoy Play-Doh and playing with Play-Doh. So I got some Play-Doh here. And so this Play-Doh is an example of one type of problem. And we're going to call those Play-Doh problems. We can squeeze this Play-Doh and make it into anything we want it to be. I can roll it up and make it a ball. A lot of y'all are really creative and y'all come up with ways to make things out of this Play-Doh. But those are an example of things that we can do to change the Play-Doh. And so I want you to think about some Play-Doh problems. And those will be problems or situations that you have control over. Things that you can change, things that you can do something about, such as your attitude, the things that you say, the things that you do, the kindness you show to somebody else. Those are things that you have control over and that you can do something about. So I'm going to set this right here and I'm going to pick up my next item. My next item is a rock. And so we're going to call the next type of problems rock problems. And so unlike the Play-Doh, if I try to squeeze this, it's not really changing. It's not going to change no matter how I try to bend it or what I hit it up against. No matter what I do with this with this rock, it's not going to change. And we're going to call those rock problems. Those are things that we cannot control, things that we cannot do anything about. And so an example of those would be some other people's choices, things that other people do, things that other people say, things that happen in the past. So say, for instance, you're in second grade or third grade. You can't go back and change something that happened in first grade or kindergarten. Or you can't go back and change something that happened while we were in the school building. Or you can't change something. You can't even change anything that happened last night. Things in the past are really good examples of rock problems because we cannot change the past. All we can change is the future, and those will be Play-Doh problems, future problems. And so I want you to think about some problems that you've had, maybe since we've been out of school, or problems that you think you're going to have next school year. Think about how you can change those Play-Doh problems and be a problem solver. So maybe you want to make better grades than you made in the grade before. Maybe you're in third grade and you're going to fourth grade and you want to make better choices. So think about some things that you can do to help your grades so you can study more, you can pay attention when your teacher's talking and not talk to your friends. And so think about some ways that you can be a problem solver and change those Play-Doh problems. But I also want you to think about rock problems, and those are problems that you can't change. So rules at school, those are things that you cannot change. Rules at your house, those are things that you cannot change as a child. And so the next time you encounter a problem, I want to challenge you to think about, is this a rock problem or is this a Play-Doh problem? And if it's a rock problem, I want you to think about ways that you can let that problem go, because you can't do anything about it. And so if you need to take some deep breaths, if you need to go color, if you need to go run and get some energy out, those are things to help with things that you cannot change. But if it's a Play-Doh problem, I want you to think about some ways that you can change it, ways that you can be a problem solver and do something about those problems. So I want to challenge you to think about those things next time you encounter a problem. And I want to talk to y'all a little bit more about this when we return to school next year. And so I want y'all to think about these things, and I hope that they help you change the way that you thought about some things. I know I'm ready to wish I could be back in school. Wish I could be back there with you guys, and that all this could go away. But unfortunately, I don't have control, and that's a rock problem. And so all I can do is change the way that I think about it, change the things that I can do to help helped me feel closer to y'all, just like making this video. And so I hope that this helps y'all. Hope you have a great week.